What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Big Baby. What's poppin'? It's Big Baby Jonathan here. Welcome to the latest edition of the Big Baby Jonathan Sports Podcast. We got breaking news, man. Lakers acquire Dennis Schroeder from the Oklahoma City Thunder, man. It's a big move. We give up Danny Green, 28th pick for Dennis Schroeder, man. My thoughts about it overall. Shout out to Rob Pelinka, man. You know, Rob Pelinka knew what he was doing, and I knew Lakers were going to make a trade. I just had that gut feeling. I tweeted it out. I said, I just have a feeling Lakers are going to make a trade. Boom. Dennis Schroeder. And Dennis Schroeder is a ball handler, create his own shot, get to the lane. You know, he averaged, in 2019, 2020, 18-point shot, 46% from the three. Excuse me, 46% from the perimeter, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. You know what I mean? You know, I just love it. You know, we gave up Danny Green. You know, we gave up Danny Green and 28th pick, and you know, I knew Danny Green was gonna get traded. He had a bad playoffs, and we needed more. You know, we needed more shooting, and when Dennis Schroeder catches shoots, he shoots 35% from the three. You know what I mean? So really like the signing, and really like the signing that we're doing, or the trade. I really feel like this is, everybody's talking about Rondo leaving. This is technically, in my opinion, I don't feel like he's technically leaving the Lakers. In my opinion, I know he declined his player option. I know he declined his player option. You know what I mean? But we could still re-sign him. You know, you could bring Dennis Schroeder off the bench, start Rondo. You know, I know this potentially bring back KCP. You know, you can bring KCP off the bench, maybe start Oscar Caruso at point guard. You can do so. This is not necessarily Rondo's gone. You know, I know a lot of people say he's gone. I don't feel like he's gone. You know, he declined his player option tonight. You know, and the teams are interested in raising on Rondo: the LA Clippers, Milwaukee Bucks, 76ers, and Atlanta Hawks. Out of those teams, what's the best chance for Rondo to get a championship run? He should go to Milwaukee, try to help Giannis. You know what I mean? Because if he goes to the Clippers were going to do the same thing again that they always do: get players, get hyped, and lose the second round. You know, so I feel like Rondo, this is not necessarily he's going to be leaving the Lakers. You know what I mean? I know there was rumors about DeMar DeRozan and Danny Green and Kuzma for DeMar DeRozan, but at the end of the day, man, you know, we trust his front office, and I really do. I'm not worried. Let me see. Here we got questions. What up, Lakers, man? Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Let me see. Chuck 1 said Rondo's going to get up to $10 million. He gone. $10 million, man. If you want your $10 million, man, I would say take a pay cut. Come on back to the Lakers, man. Come on back to the Lakers. Get you a ring again, because this Dennis Schroeder signing. What up, Manny? What up? What's poppin', Manny? What's up? What's going on, man? Whew, man, we woke up with Dennis Schroeder news, man, and I feel like the Lakers ain't done. I would not be surprised if Avery Bradley opts out, JaVale McGee. I would not be surprised if this happens. I also wouldn't be surprised if we re-sign Dwight Howard. I really want to keep Dwight Howard. You know what I mean? And he deserves more than just 1 year contract, in my personal opinion. You know what I mean? I feel like he earned a better contract. You know what I mean? I feel like he should give him at least 2 years. You know, give him a 2-year deal, 1+1 with the player option. You know, Dwight Howard betted on himself and took that non-guaranteed contract. The Lakers could cut him at any time, but he betted on himself, and he deserves it, man. He deserves a new contract, and I feel like we need to re-sign him. So, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to re-sign Rondo. You know what I mean? It's going to suck, you know, not re-signing Rondo, because Rondo's a leader, a veteran leader. You know, he won championship with the Boston Lakers. You know what I mean? If he really wants to, you know, if he comes back, cool. If not, there's other players out there like, you know, Serge Ibaka, Danilo Gallinari. Maybe, here's the thing, Laker Nation. Let me ask you this. What if it's Dennis Schroeder and Gallinari, a sign and trade? We get Gallinari and we throw in Kuz. Throw in Kuz, Danny Green, 28th pick for Schroeder and Gallinari. It makes sense if you really think about it. You know what I mean? Kuz, Danny Green, 20th pick for Gallinari, Schroeder. Gallinari could create his own shot, spread the floor, shoot the three, and we need that. You know what I mean? And then bring back Avery Bradley. You know, bring back Avery Bradley. And there's a potential we can still go get somebody like a Victor Oladipo. You know, we're not done making moves. This is my gut feeling. Lakers then said, you think we'll trade Kuz? There's reports that they're listening. There are also reports that they'll want to extend it. But at the end of the day, If you can get a shooter for Kyle Kuzma, you pull the trigger. If you can't, develop him, and if you can't make, if he comes back, if Kuzma comes back and he's not performing top level during this 72 game season, I expect the Lakers to trade him. But I don't feel like they're going to trade him. We have to fight, unless the deal pops up like Victor Oladipo, Buddy Hield, Bradley Beal. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We got Cody Laker Cox said how much Lakers are going to give AD this Friday. I think we're going to probably do a 2+1. So AD did opt out today of his contract. Not surprising, but they're just negotiating a bigger deal. Wouldn't be surprised if he does the 1+1 again, and then once LeBron's a free agent, and then he'll re-sign. You know what I mean? And also, too, there's other potential Laker targets, too, man. You know, Laker, LeGoat Sharp said, need to sign Wesley Matthews. You know what I mean? Really like Wesley Matthews for the Lakers. Really, really like Wesley Matthews for the Lakers. Because Wesley Matthews could play defense just like Danny Green. Wesley Matthews could shoot the ball really well. You know, but I think Wesley Matthews is a better 3-point percenter from 3. I think he shoots, 38 from 3. But we'll see what happens. Lakers ain't done yet, man. I told you guys the Lakers were going to make a trade. I said that on my tweet. I think it was Thursday or Friday, or maybe even it was yesterday. I got to go look back and screenshot and show you guys. Because I said Lakers were going to make a trade. We woke up Sunday. Lakers and Thunder agreed to a deal for Dennis Schroeder. It makes sense. You know, overall it makes sense, but does this mean Alex Caruso gets more minutes? Horton Tucker gets more minutes? So this trade has all bunch of speculation, but at the end of the day, I knew Lakers were going to make sure. I just felt the energy, you know, because Rondo wants that 9 mil, 10 mil. Makes sense at the end of the day, you know, and we have AD and LeBron. Dennis Schroeder will work well for us. He can start too, or bring him off the bench, and he's a very good catch and shoot 3-pointer. You know, catch and shoot, boom, way like water. So I expect the Lakers to keep trying to build around this roster, tweak it just a little bit. You know what I mean? She said I felt another trade coming. Yeah, I do too. You know, I do too. Maybe Kuzma, maybe even a sign and trade for Gallinari, and you know, maybe sign and trade Ibaka. You know, maybe sign and trade Kuzma for Ibaka. There's all types of stuff that Rob Pelinka's probably thinking about. You know what I mean? But I trust this front office, so I'm not even worried. If we stay with Dennis Schroeder and don't pick anybody else up, keep Kuz, let's run it. Tucker's probably going to get more minutes. You know, shout out to Dan, Laker fan, man. You called it about the Dennis Schroeder during after the finals. You were talking about your trade. You were talking about Dennis Schroeder. You expected us to get him. But here's the funny thing about the Dennis Schroeder thing. He said he didn't want to play with us. He didn't want to play with the Clippers or Lakers. He was trolling. Because at the end of the day, if you're a player and you say, I don't play for the Lakers or Clippers and they trade for you, Dennis Schroeder was just trolling, man. He was just trolling at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So, I'm not really worried. You know? I'm not really worried about what we're going to do next, because I know at the end of the day, we're going to do the right thing. Trolling. You know what I mean? Lakers are going to do the right thing, and I feel like Lakers are going to do the right thing. I trust the front office, trust Rob Pelinka, Genie Buzz. Front office, I know they're going to make the right nasty move to get the team back to a championship right here. You know what I mean? Let me see here. CO7 said, you think Avery Bradley and JaVale McGee going to opt in or opt out? I feel like Avery Bradley's going to opt out. JaVale McGee's going to opt out. And we're gonna re-sign Dwight, and we're going to get Serge Ibaka, and probably try to go get Gallinari and call it a day. That's just my personal opinion. You know what I mean? I feel like we're going to get Ibaka, re-sign Dwight, you know, because Gallinari worked well with this Laker team, man. AD getting double team, Gallinari for 3, wet like water. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I really feel like the Lakers going to do something. You know, and we got to get into this James Harden situation. There's reports that if he does ask out of Houston, the Brooklyn Nets. If it happens, okay, cool. We want the smoke. Let's run it, man. The Brooklyns have to perform a big 3 just to take down LeBron and AD. Really? Okay. And if that trade happens, James Harden to Brooklyn Nets, and we play them in the finals and beat Brooklyn Nets with 3 superstars: Kyrie, James Harden, and Kevin Durant, LeBron be one of the greatest players of all time, beating a 73-9 Warriors team and beating the big 3 of Kevin Durant. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I feel like when you have 3 great ball handlers, 3 players that want the ball, I don't think it's going to work. But James Harden wants out. Houston is going through some turmoil right now, and I expect Westbrook to get traded. I expect James Harden to get traded. Houston might blow it up. We should steal Daniel House from them. Also, too, we can try to go get, because before the Dennis Schroeder trade went down this morning, we explored the opportunity to try to go get Eric Bledsoe. So we're making moves, man. We're talking to teams. We're doing this. We're doing that. And, another possibility, too, we go get Daniel House and maybe even a PJ Tucker. You know what I mean? So we can maybe even sign and trade KCP for somebody. You never know. So we have all types of stuff on the table that Lakers might be looking at and say, okay, I'm going to go get Daniel House, great 3-point shooter. PJ Tucker plays defense, passion, hustle, grit, grind. Go get him. You know what I mean? So we have a lot of possibilities, man. So I expect the Lakers to do great things in this offseason, which starts on Friday. Let me see. Do you think the Lakers will trade for a pick in this draft? What up, Jarek? What's poppin', man? Thanks for tuning in, man. That's a tough question, but Rob Pelinka can do anything he puts his mind to, and I expect the Lakers to be aggressive in the draft because you can buy draft picks for money. So I would not be surprised if the Lakers get a second-round pick. You know what I mean? Let me see. I agree with you. Don't see how Harden would gel with the Nets. He 2-ball dependent. Yeah, he is. And the late great Kobe Bryant, RP to the legend Kobe, he said that James Harden playing style won't win him a championship. And I agree. James Harden's game style cannot win him a championship. He has to facilitate. He has to change his game, and James Harden doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to change his game and get better. Don't get me wrong. He's talented. He's a great player, but he doesn't want to he doesn't want to improve on other things like maybe facilitate. He played defense this year. What I'm trying to say is he's all about scoring, all about this, all about there's other things besides scoring. Defense, rebound, facilitate. And same with Westbrook too. Westbrook doesn't want to change the game. It's always put your head down, and that's one of the things. And I think Westbrook and Harden can't get along because they both want the ball. And Westbrook wants out. He wants to go to a team who can have his own team, as in I'm the point guard. And one of the teams were the Lakers, Clippers, but if it comes to Lakers, it's not going. I don't know. It's a tough one. What do you think if Westbrook somehow got traded to the Lakers? It's the NBA. It's 2020. Anything happens. It's a crazy year. So I wouldn't be surprised if we try to trade for Westbrook. At the end of the day, Westbrook won't be. I don't think would fit with LeBron and AD, but you never know. LeBron's a very good teammate, so he'll probably help Westbrook. You know what I mean? So I expect the Lakers to do the thing. Another thing too, man. There's other guys on free agency I want to probably pick up. I want to try to go get Jeremy Grant. Jeremy Grant can play defense, spread the floor, shoot the 3. Long, athletic. He can guard like a Kevin Durant or a Paul George. He guarded LeBron really well. Jeremy Grant worked well for his Lakers. And then LeBron, AD, all dapped up Jeremy Grant. You know what I mean? So we'll see. I want Jeremy Grant's a possibility. Jordan Clarkson's a possibility. Even trading for Spencer Dinwiddie's a possibility too. You know what I mean? Maybe we all, and this is telling me this Dennis Schroeder thing, we're not getting Derrick Rose. We're not getting Derrick Rose. We're not getting Chris Paul. We're not getting Ronald Pryor back. So this team's going to look different. So maybe the Lakers feel like it's the best interest to go in a different route. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I want to see this Laker team make 1 or 2 more moves and get set for the season, man, because it's coming back, baby. You know what I mean? As you can see, I got the championship banner right there. Got the Kobe poster right there. Got the Laker light, man. So, I got my championship hat. So, Oh, yeah, he's a free agent, too. Yeah, I saw him on the board, too. Lowest in the room was popping. Jay Crowder worked well, too. Spread the floor, shoot 3, play that defense. Can guard the Paul Georges, Kevin Durant's. But, it's going to be interesting to see. Lakers got a target on their back. Everybody's going to try to get the Lakers, try to beat them. But, you know what I say? Bring it. I want the smoke. You gotta come through LA to beat us, bro. I want that. I want that action. Like I said, I want that action with Portland, and we won. So I want to see this Lakers team do great things. I want to see Lakers do the right things, and we should, like, honestly, I don't know what you guys think. Put them in the comment section. Y'all gonna think I'm crazy? We should let Alex Caruso start next year at point guard. Bring Dennis Schroeder off the bench with Kuzma. Bring that energy off the bench, Because I expect the Lakers to maybe even trade Avery Bradley in the sign and trade. Maybe package him up because, Lakers can throw in future picks. Maybe some back end players from the G League like Giannis' brother, Costa Antetokounmpo, Devontae Kaycock. So there's other things that the Lakers can do without giving up big top players. You could throw in young assets like prospects to get players too. So there's so many opportunities for the Lakers. Let me see. Kuz should have started. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I know. But Alex Caruso and KCP, man, they stepped up big in the playoffs. And I just feel like the Danny Green experiment didn't work. But hey, they tried it, But here's the thing: if Danny Green goes to the Thunder, goes to the thing, and shout out to Brandon Robinson. Shout out to Brandon Robinson, man. This is according to him. I saw it on his Twitter. Shout out to Brandon Robinson. That Thunder are already gonna try to shot Danny Green to a contender. You know what I mean? So shout out to Brandon Scoopy B Robinson on Twitter, man. Shout out to you, man. And I agree. They're probably gonna maybe even do a 3-team trade, or maybe even, maybe if he gets traded to a contender, maybe Milwaukee, or maybe even Denver or something like that. But here's the thing: if Dan Green goes to a different team, starts lining up, making shots, hit threes, getting off like he did in the Spurs and Toronto, that's letting me know it was a pressure in Los Angeles. But if he struggles in a team like a bigger market, like, let me see, like if he goes to the Clippers or something, because if he goes to the Clippers, start making that three, playing that defense, that means he didn't really want to play with the Lakers well. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, and that's the other thing too, they're cleaning house. So what if the Lakers try to go get Robert Covington? You know what I mean? If the Lakers get Robert Covington for Kuzma, if the Lakers get Robert Covington, man, because they were one of the original teams that Lakers were trying to, what was it, 76ers were going to try to trade, or Lakers were going to try to trade for Robert Covington. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, shout out to people on Periscope, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, man. Thank you guys. You guys always support the channel, man. Everybody around the world, man. Appreciate all you guys, man. Love the support, Let me see here. Let me see. Let me see. That's the lights are. But yeah, I know. You know what I mean? He may, maybe he wants to go to that freshman team over there in Los Angeles, the LA Clippers. You know what I mean? And they were talking about Westbrook might get traded to Clippers. You're gonna have to get Paul George, Montrezl Harrell, Lou Williams, Patrick Beverly. If I was Houston, I would say give me Paul George, give me Lou Williams, give me Patrick Beverly, give me Montrezl Harrell, and you have a deal. Then I'll do that. If I was the Clippers, or if I was the Rockets. But I just feel like there's other teams that Westbrook might be able to go to, like maybe even Indiana. You know what I mean? For maybe like Malcolm Brogdon and TJ Leaf and a first round pick, or you know what I mean? Let's see here. Got some comments. Let me see. Jason Richardson too wouldn't mind us getting. There's Josh Richardson, great 3-point shooter. Even Terrence Ross is a great 3-point shooter, very athletic. So there's so many. It's not just the big names. There's some players that we can get and can fit in this Lakers system. Frank Vogel's gonna play. He's gonna preach that defense. A lot of times, as I read, like the scouting report, Dennis Schroeder was not a very great defender, but Frank Vogel's gonna preach it. Jason Kidd's gonna preach it. Lionel Hollins gonna preach it. Phil Haney's gonna preach defense. So he's gonna come in here and play that Laker championship defense. We're all about championship next year. We're trying to repeat. We're trying to go back to back. Drake voice. So, and anything from a championship this year will be completely fair. So I expect Lakers to. But here's the thing: the season starts December 22nd. Sorry about that, man. Technical difficulties, man. You know what I mean? So, at the end of the day, man, I expect the Lakers to make great acquisitions. I expect the Lakers to do great things, man. So, I'm not really worried about the Lakers doing things in free agency. I got their back. They got the fans back. So, I expect the Lakers to make good trades, man. You know what I mean? And sorry about that, y'all. With technical difficulties, the internet went out. Everything's good to go. So, if you're around this time, around the 20, 21, 22 mark, it was a glitch. I apologize. You know what I mean? I apologize about the Lakers nation with technical difficulties. My bad. My internet was down. Everything's good to go. I apologize. So let's get back into these questions, man. You know what I mean? Let's get back into it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah, and appreciate the new 3 subscribers that just subscribed. Appreciate you guys. You know what I mean? Welcome to the Big Baby John Sports Podcast. For your Lakers news, notes, and breaking news, post-game show, pre-game show, and welcome to the best podcast on YouTube. I got the best content on here. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's the lowest in the room, man. Yeah, it happens, man. It's all good. It's keep it pushing. You know what I mean? And Shams said Wesley Matthews declines playoffs. Yeah, we're just talking about that. Wesley Matthews worked well for this Laker team. Spread the floor, shoot 3, play defense. You know, and I expect him to be a Laker. You know what I mean? I expect Wesley Matthews to be a Laker. I expect Lakers to keep making trades. It won't be surprised. Okay. I know Victor Oladipo said he's committed to Indiana. Here's what you have to do. I'll give you Kuzma, Horton Tucker. Give me TJ McCollum and Victor Oladipo. Come here. You do that. Boom. Put Victor Oladipo in the starting line. Let KCP walk. You know, Victor Oladipo is a slasher to the rim. Can shoot that mid-range really well. Play that tough defense. Out transition. Him and AD throwing lobs. And LeBron throwing no-look passes. And, bounce passes to Victor Oladipo. That'll work right. And I know the injury history, but sometimes you got to take a chance. Maybe it's because the training staff or the conditioning coach was not doing the proper things for Victor Oladipo. Maybe if he goes to a different market, different scenery, maybe he'll get get his confidence back. You know what I mean? So I expect great things. You know what I mean? So I expect the Lakers to keep making moves. I expect great things to happen. You know what I mean, for this Lakers team. So I got all the faith in the world in this team. I have all the faith in the world in this team. So I'm not really worried. Everybody's asking me, what do you think the Lakers are going to do? I tweeted out, I feel like they're going to make a trade. Boom. Make a trade. It's just the feeling that they have. I just feel like last year they put a team together and said, we're going to go try it out. Oh, Danny Green didn't work? Get out of L.A. Boom. Because Rob Pelinka's a winner, man. Rob Pelinka's a winner. He has that mindset of like a Kobe. You know what I mean? So Rob Pelinka's a great GM, and let's put some respect on his name. Let's put some respect on Jeanie Buss's name, man. You know what I mean? So everybody's talking about, I was getting DMs today. Clippers have the best owner. It's in LA. Okay, let's look. Okay, let's track record. Oh, everybody's talking about the Steve Ballmer era. Oh, it's the Steve Ballmer era this, Steve Ballmer era that. Well, you know what? Clippers fans out there that say it's the Steve Ballmer era, you know what? It's the Jeanie Buss era. Jeanie Buss has a ring over Steve Ballmer. So anybody's talking about the Steve Ballmer era, as in Clipper Darrell was talking about, Steve Ballmer. The Laker era is over. He started laughing, going to that protest with the Lakers thing. Instead of him laughing, joking. We're NBA champions, man. As you can see right here, behind me next to the Kobe picture. Come on now. Jeanie Buss is the best owner in sports. She got a ring. She's the first female owner in NBA history to win a ring, man. You know what I mean? Proud of you, Jeanie Buss. You did the right things. I trusted you. I had faith in you from day one. When we had Jordan Clarkson, Chris Kaman, Wesley Johnson, Jeremy Lin. You know what I mean? Thomas Bryant, Julius Randle, Larry Nash Jr., Vita Zubac, D'Angelo Russell. You know what I mean? Callers Boozer, Nick Young, Jordan Hill. The list goes on and on. You know what I mean? So at the end, they had faith in this front office. You know what I mean? They went through some growing pains and did some decisions. Okay, head scratches, but they learned from it, get better, and keep it pushing. So at the end of the day, I trust this front office. I have faith in them. So whatever decision that they make, I trust it to the fullest percent. You know, and yeah, Ryan Kelly's of the world. You know what I mean? Ryan Kelly's of the world, man. Whew. Man, oh my God. Ryan, oh my God, Ryan Kelly's days, and oh my, I don't even want, and then what was his name? Jeremy Taylor days. You know, and Luol Deng too. The Luol Deng, Timothy Mozgov days. List goes on and on. But what I'm trying to say is, I was through there with that team, man, and winning the championship this year was the best thing that I've ever witnessed watching. 2010 was great, but the 2020 NBA Champions was special to me because we did this for Kobe. We won this championship for Kobe. You know what I mean? As soon as he passed away, we locked in, had the Kobe Bryant mentality, and got it done. You know what I mean? So this championship for Kobe, I know the Lakers won it. I know they're going to honor Kobe, and the banner, but the Lakers literally had the mindset like Kobe. Job ain't done, job ain't done. And yeah, man, it's crazy. You know what I mean? And yeah, Robert Soccer, man. Robert Soccer days, man. But yeah, man, it's crazy. Trust the front office. I trust the team, and I expect us to try to win a championship again. But let's take it one day at a time, one possession at a time, one game at a time. So it's a long season, 72 games. There's going to be highs, there's going to be lows, so we can't jump the force. So we can't say, fire Frank Vogel, trade this, trade. It's a process. Marathon continues. RP Nipsey Hussle, marathon continues. So it'll be like this, roller coaster, and then they'll figure it out and win the championship. Because if LeBron wins his 5th title, he'll be tied. He'll be 5-6 in the finals, and that will be like Jordan this, Jordan that. So it's all LeBron's gonna have to be looking at that too. So anyway, man, I just want to say I'm gonna end this Big Baby John the Sport podcast. Make sure you guys click the link in my description and get you some Big Baby merch, man. You know what I mean? Use promo code BigBaby24, get you 50% off on sweaters, fanny packs, backpacks, anything in the shop, man. You go ahead and get you some merch, man. But everybody have a good, blessed, positive day. Shout out to everybody watching. Shout out to my girlfriend. Love you, baby. Thank you for watching, everybody. 1, 2, 3. Kobe. Mamba out.